IPOs back to back, yes. In this video, we'll be talking about the IPO details of Rolex Ring Limited. First, we'll be talking about the basic details of the company, then we'll talk about the financials of the company, and then we'll talk about the IPO details of the company, and finally, we'll tell you if we are personally investing in this company or not. And now, let's jump right into the screen and see what is happening in Rolex Rings with the help of Chittorgarh website and Grow website. Yes. So, Rolex Rings has been incorporated in 2003 and it is among the top 5 forging companies in India, and also the company manufactures hot rolled forged and machine bearing rings and automotive components that are used across various segments, that is automobile segments, industrial machinery, wind turbines, railways, etc., and a wide range of product offerings such as automotive parts, hot forged and machined alloy steel bearing rings weighing from 0.01 kg to 163 plus kgs. So the company does not cater only to the companies in India, but also they are providing materials worldwide. So we can see that the company supplies its products not only on the domestic market, but also in the international market. And in fiscal 2020, we can see that they have exported bearing rings and automotive components to 17 different countries, including European countries, Asian countries, and US. Now we can see that the company has 3 manufacturing units in Rajkot with 22 forging lines, 22 forging lines with an aggregated installation capacity of 1,44,750 million tons per annum. Yes, that is actually huge. Now let's talk about the competitive strengths of the company. The first strength is, yes, they are one among the leading forging companies in India. They have strong manufacturing capabilities, yes, as I said, 1,44,750 million tons per annum, and then comprehensive product folio, geographically diversified revenue base, that is, they are supplying products to different countries, and their strong and consistent financial performance. Yes, we are getting into that right now. So now we are going to look into the financials of the company, which is actually surprising. Now let's go to the website of Grow and see what is their financial potential. Yes, looking here, we can see that in the year 2019, they had a revenue of 911 crores. Okay, please look into this carefully. So in 2019, they had a revenue of 911 crores and the profit was 59.02 crores, while in 2020, they had just a revenue of 675 crores, in which they have made their profits of around 52.76 crores. But in 2021, their revenue was just 620 crores, which is considerably lower than the previous 2 years. But looking into the profit, they have made a very good profit, is what we can see here, because from a 50 to 60 figure, it has gone up to 87.46 crores. Yes, that is only because of their financial management. Looking into the actually, I was planning to come into financials only after talking about the strengths and risks, but right now, since the financials came in during the strengths, that is why I have discussed about the financials. Now, looking into the major risks about this company, they are highly dependent on the automotive market or automotive sector in India, Europe, North America, Latin America, and some parts of Asia. And also the company has defaulted some certain loans, and they have went to the CDR cell for restructuring their debt in the financial year 2013. And yes, another thing is that is not that important, and they are highly dependent on their 10 customers particularly. And also demands for products in foreign countries is subject to market conditions and regulatory risks. And also they have outstanding borrowings, product defect issue or failure by the company to comply with quality standard, that happens in most of the companies. And now looking into the major things, their manufacturing operations are geographically concentrated only in one state, that is Rajkot in Gujarat. And also another fault is that the company's name and logo are not registered under the Trademark Act of 1999. And one of the major points that you have to look into is the inability to obtain, renew or maintain statutory and regulatory permits, licenses and approvals required to operate this business and manufacturing facilities, which is actually not a great thing about a company. And also, so they don't have any long-term supply agreements with any of their customers, and also the lack of availability of raw materials can affect the production of the products. And also any as like every company has any failure of or weakness in its internal control systems is also going to be a problem. These are the major risks of this particular company. Now let's look into the financials again. Yes, you can take a screenshot or you can pause the video and see the financials, because it has been given in one single tab. So you can read about the total assets, revenue, and the profit after tax statement here. Now looking into the IPO details. Looking into the IPO details, we can see that it has been the IPO opening date is on July 28, 2021, and the IPO closing date is on July 30th, 2021. And yes, the face value was 10 rupees per equity share, and the price band is between 880 to 900 rupees per equity share. So maybe you can bid for 900 rupees, which will make your chances high for getting the IPO. And then the market lot. So the number of shares per lot is 16, and the total issue size is 731 crore, in which the fresh issue is just 56 crores, and the OFS or offer for sale is 675 crores is what we can see. Allotment date is on 4th August 2021, and the IPO listing date is on August 9, 2021. That means the company will be officially in the stock exchanges on August 9, 2021 is what we can read from here. And yes, for IPO application, the minimum amount that you require is rupees 14,400, and the maximum lots per application is 13 with 208 shares, which will cost around 1,87,200 is what we can read from here. Right, so if you personally ask us if we are investing in this particular IPO, no, we are not actually applying for this IPO, not because the company is good, but because we have already made multiple applications, or we have already made multiple pre-applications for Glen Life Sciences IPO. Yes, by saying this, I think I have covered almost all the important points of this IPO. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. We will be coming up with so many amazing contents in the future. So thanks for watching again. Bye.